Happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a good day. If you're watching this live, tell me where you are. Tell me what you're working on. If you're watching a replay, tell me #replay in the comments.
Hey, you want to reset your sound
Oh,
for your AirPods?
I'm still trying to figure out this whole when I went live. Can't hear me well. Well, what in the world? I don't know why it's not connected. All right, you guys, hang on. Oh, I can't turn my phone while I'm recording, apparently. Okay, tell me now. Can you hear me any differently now? I don't know what's going on. I hope this is better. Okay, good. I got new AirPods and thought that was going to solve all of my sound problems, but maybe it won't. So Melissa says try them again. Okay. Okay. Now tell me. Melissa says better. Okay, good. Man, you guys. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna hook you back up here. This is my so not professional setup I got going here. Okay. I see a few of you on here. That's excellent. Good, good, good. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Marcina. Debbie working on Father Goose Cowl. I've never heard of that. I assume it's something like Mother Goose, but different. All right, now I think I got where I'm supposed to be. So I can scroll back through some comments here. Oh, Holly E, Mary, Nicole, Brenda, I got all kinds of you guys. Oh, Shar, good, 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 good. Hi, Mama. Jackie, Barb, working on Sharon Air, Holly, and Pure Local. Hi, Diane. Bonnie, working on your Dutch pillow. Bonnie, how did the whole provisional cast on thing work? Tell me if you ended up using the method they called for with that crochet cast on. I'm curious. Joyce, 1 inch from completing the body of the T. Excellent. Jody finished another all point south. Awesome. Jody, I don't know if you saw last week or the week before that I commented that I had some I got some new sock yarn from Heritage, the self-striping the prints. So I have that in the shop. Julie, almost done with your campsider. Cool. Okay, Bonnie, I see you use that. That's excellent. Okay, so now that it's a little late, but I'll go ahead and get started. Janet from Ontario, Canada. Oh, well, hello, Janet. I love it. We're getting people from out of the US. That's fantastic. So I apologize for the late start, but we will. You guys know this is not a formal thing by any stretch. I feel like I should have a drink. It's just water, but I feel like I should have something stronger. So this is Monday Motivation. Today is Monday, August 29th. Almost September, you guys. I cannot believe it's almost September. It's almost my birthday, which means it's almost Mary's birthday. One of my customers. I can't wait. She has been able to come in on her birthday in the past, our birthday. We did a little selfie together. Diane working on section 12 of your La Mandiola and the sweater. Oh, look, my La Mandiola is right over here. So I am Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in beautiful downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC marketplace. The indoor market and outdoor farmers market are two totally different things. Sometimes our hours can coincide and sometimes they don't. Inside, hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And every Monday night, I try and do this, except I will not be on next Monday, which is Labor Day, not Memorial Day. I will not be on next Monday. I am going to take a day off and try and enjoy the campground as much as I can before the season's over. And then, I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it. Let's see. Lisa working on the Ara shawl by Andrea Mowry. Lisa, is that a new one? I'm curious. I'm working on all kinds of stuff. Janet working on her coastal grandma. I love it. Definitely seems like sweater seasons. I've had a lot of people working on sweaters. I've had a lot of people buying yarn for sweaters. It's unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess it's that time of year. Oh, Diane, thank you. Well-deserved holiday. I'm actually taking another Friday off. So a couple weeks ago, Karen shop sat for me on a Friday, and she is doing that again this week. I made sure I asked her today. So I get to head up north. It's 2017. Oh, so it's one of the older ones. Okay. So what am I wearing? I had a shawl on for a little bit, but I'm in the front corner. If you haven't noticed, this is not the sock wall. I had Melissa a little bit confused when we popped on Zoom and she saw that. She said, "Where are you?" I've rearranged a few things. So I'm up in the front corner and it's a little bit warm up here. So I couldn't keep a shawl on, but I am wearing knitwear, of course. And this is the Foxtrot cardigan by Marie Green. Janet just commented she's working on the Coastal Grandma sweater, which is one of the versions of this year's sweater knit along. I used High Rude. I used Dreaming Color Classy with Cashmere because really, why not? Sorry, my light's so crazy bright, but it helps with the background stuff too. Classy is their worsted weight. It kind of bounces between Oriana. Hi, I got a notification from you earlier today that I might be sending something your way soon. That's excellent. Thank you for that. Classy, Dreaming Color Classy. It's right on the borderline of like a heavy DK, a light worsted. So we've used it kind of as a crossover. The Foxtrot was written for worsted weight yarn. And it's meant to just be open front, no buttons. I have had people make it longer. It's written for a certain number of these little, I don't know if they're supposed to look like foxes. They look like chevrons to me, but you can easily enough just add another one on there. This color, this Rochambeau, I love it so much. So that's what I'm wearing. What am I working on? I am working on my projects. I was going to reach for something, but it's my finished thing. It's not what I'm working on thing. I'm working on my Sharon Air shawl. This is the Casapinka mystery shawl knit along. We have gotten 3 clues now. So we've gotten week 1, week 2, and week 3. For those of you who have not heard us talk about this or haven't heard anybody talk about it, Casapinka is doing a 6-week mystery knit along. Every Friday we get a portion of the pattern. So like There's one section in the schematic. There's another section. There's another section. I would recommend, I think this would be a really good one if you have Knit Companion. Yes, Ruth, I will hold it up. If you have Knit Companion or some sort of PDF reader, or be very cautious when you hit the print button on your computer because there are a lot of pages. This most recent clue from last Friday, I think, was 13 pages, only 4 of which were the pattern. However, the story is pretty hilarious. And it helped us pass some of the time driving up to the campground this weekend as I was reading it all to Victoria. The pattern is Sharon Air. Sharon is one of the designer's cats. She also has Finn from Interpol and Kit Kat and a few others. It's hilarious. So here we are on this. Week 1 started with this tiny little triangle and grew to, I believe, this point. Week 2, we moved down, kept making the triangle bigger to this point here. Now she has had us separate. I feel like it's kind of upside down, but it's not. Might be easier this way. She had us separate where we're only working on half of the shawl now. Trying to do this without pulling my work off the needles. So 3 clues in, which means there are only 3 left. This is kind of lots of pages. Yeah, to tie in lots of pages. This is actually what I told a few people when they asked what kind of shape it was going to be. I pulled out the Festival of Stitches shawl that I've had quite a few people do and said it's not like a brand new shawl design for everybody, but it's one that I didn't think she had done before. And I think I was right. And Melissa was right too. Yeah, it is kind of like wings. I do feel like if there are only 3 weeks left, my guess would be that this edge is coming to a point, which is going to make it it's not going to be gigantic, which is, it's neither here nor there. But all of the stitches that are in here are not complicated. There are a couple little hiccups with, yeah, Melissa, I agree. Marianarella has done quite a few with that style, that shape. My lights went off, you guys. I swear, they know when I'm on and they go away faster. One moment. Jeez Louise. Can't get good help around here. So if we continue along the size, I don't think it's going to be a very large shawl, but I am kind of hoping we have a lot of knitting left to do because I have a lot of yarn left. It calls for 4 colors. I'm also a little bummed that we haven't really used color D much at all. So this is my color A. This is my color D. So you can see I definitely have used some, quite a bit. But I love this color and I wanted to see more of it. Also, I'm hoping my ADD, Sarah from California. Oh, I didn't know you were out there. You must be visiting the girls. Not my ADD. That's always in effect. My OCD may have a little bit of a problem if the 2 ends are very different from each other, but I'm just going with it because it's a mystery and it's a shawl and it's beautiful so far. It's going to keep being beautiful. So there are 2 things that I noticed about this 3rd clue that I wanted to mention. Let me get all my 4 colors. So lovely. So let me pull out my clue 3. In one section, in the very first paragraph, she says, at the end of each row, your stitch count should remain the same, 161 stitches. Okay, that makes sense. You're decreasing on one end, increasing on the other. Your stitch count should stay the same, just like the Pure Local or, a lot of those biased shawls. However, when you get into the pattern, you get to row 3 and it says, can you see that? 123 stitches at the end of the row, which is right based on, if I knit the pattern the way it's written, that's right. I end up with 123 stitches. 2 rows later, you increase it back to the 161. But I just went ahead and crossed out that sentence because, yeah, just ignore that. You're not going to have 161 at the end of every row. You will once you're done with section 9, at least for this clue, for clue 3. What was the other thing? Oh. The other thing was just a little thing, but it bugged me because I was in the car knitting, and also I don't like weaving in ends more than I have to. So this section here, I got done with this little section here, and that uses color D, which is my speckle, and color C, which is kind of my periwinkle purpley color. Then it tells you at the end of this section to break both C and D. Well, then you go here and you knit 6 rows, and then you're using C again. So you have to join it again. I don't quite know why you would do that. There have been other times when she wants you to carry your yarn like 14 rows, but she doesn't want you to carry it the 6 here. I did cut mine because I was following the instructions and hadn't read forward. Melissa. Of course you didn't. I did, just because I didn't read ahead. But it's been a lot of fun. Nothing is complicated. The most complicated thing that seems to be tripping people up is that there's a double decrease that is directional. So it's a knit 3 together, just like you would do a knit 2 together, only it's 3 stitches. Is a lot easier if you have sharp needles. I'll tell you what. The other one is an SSSK, which is like an SSK, a slip knit, but you just do that one more time and you knit those 3 together. So it's just your directional decreases. Yeah, Ruth, if that didn't help, you're welcome to stop in and we can look. I know we compared this little section when you came in last week. I will try and post pictures. Well, I will for sure post pictures on Wednesday for What You Making Wednesday, and I'll have it all laid out. So it might be a little bit easier to just kind of zoom in on what section it is that you might have a question on. So I'm working on that. I am making some slow progress because I was working on a baby dress, but I got it done, so it's not in my works in progress. I am making some slow progress on the second side of my top. That is one that I am writing / rewriting. And I wanted to kind of mention a little potential trick for some of you. If you are not one who can recognize when your stitches are twisted or your stitches are oriented the wrong way on your needles, then Marsha from San Francisco Bay. Hi, Marsha from San Francisco Bay area. If you're somebody who, when you come to a stitch and it's oriented the wrong way, you understand you can knit a different way through it in order to make it not twisted. I don't want to overwhelm some people, but for those of you that have a better vision of how your knitting stitches are formed. One of the ways that I kind of have sped up my knitting a little bit, I did it on the lace sweater or the lace dress that I just finished. Hi, Jamie. And I've been doing it on this because it's hard to see, but some rows are a knit two together. Some rows are SSKs. I dislike the standard SSK because it slows me down. Some people will take a shortcut and knit the 2 stitches through the back loop, which if you're not doing lace, you can do that. But I'm not sure. Rosaria, hi. You can knit 2 stitches through the back loop. If you're doing anything that you really want the line to show, I would not do that because it does twist your stitches. But if it's just a quick little thing, nobody's going to see it. That's perfectly acceptable. What I have taken to doing is on the row prior to when I'm going to do the SSKs, I will wrap my stitches the opposite way. So when I come back to them, it looks like it's on there backwards, but it's like I've already slipped them and put them back. So all I have to do is knit those through the back loop. Like my next row would be a lot of yarn over, purl 2, yarn over, purl 2, yarn over, purl 2. And then when I come back, I'm going to be doing a knit 1, knit like SSK. If they're already turned, I can basically just do a knit 1, knit 2 together, and it's a lot faster. I don't think I talked about that before. Maybe I talked about it last week and don't remember. Oh, I keep asking Karen and Victoria to have like show notes for me of the things I talked about. And Karen was really good about it, but then I would completely forget to even look at them to remember what I talked about or didn't talk about yet. And the last thing that I'm working on, and I don't have a photo of it, but it's the Peter Easy vest. See, a little bit of progress, not much. My dear husband has started asking me in person and now commenting on some of the shop's Facebook posts that he would like to see some progress being made on his sweater. So luckily he runs pretty warm, so it's going to be a while before he needs a warm sweater, but I should be working on that too. It's the same as this though. I'm just keep knitting around and around and around. So it keeps my hands busy. And I don't have to pay attention to this. That little dress that I just finished, which I will show in a second, I had to pay attention. So it was not TV knitting. So what did I finish? I finished the baby dress. Holly, yeah, it's sort of hilarious, but it's sort of like that little rebel in me wants to be like, the more you ask, the longer it's going to be. But look at this, you guys. I finished a little baby dress. I even wove ends in. I haven't blocked it yet, so they are kind of sticking out still, but isn't that just the sweetest thing? Look at the little lace at the bottom. I love it so much. So this was where one of the ladies had suggested you could put some seed beads in the little sash around the waist. That would be nice and sparkly. It has 2 little, so I did the smallest size. It's called Muti. And it comes in, it has a 0 to 3 month, 6 month, 12 month, and 18 month. I like little dresses like this because it does seem pretty easy to make one longer where they can wear it as a dress and kind of, it can grow with them and be a tunic and then a top for a little while, as long as the sleeves aren't too tight. This one has just little cap sleeves. So there's plenty of room to grow into it. If I look at the 2 little buttons in the back. I know it's just the cutest thing, you guys. This yarn is so soft. I would recommend for people that get a little frustrated with slippery yarn to use a little bit more of a grippy needle, whether it's a wood needle, bamboo. Even the carbons have a little bit of a grip to them more than the like stainless steel or aluminum, because it is a very, very soft yarn. The yarn that I use is, I'll even find one in that color, I think. Let's see. It's a new one for us at the shop, Magnolia by Universal Yarn. 100 grams, 361 yards. They run $18 a skein. And this took one. This little baby size one took one skein. If you were to do the largest size, you would need two. Actually, for any of the other sizes, the 6, 12, or 18-month, you would need two of these and have enough. I had a little bit left. It's in this little yarn sock, which we will talk about in a minute too, but from Little Buffy and Designs, she calls them something else, yarn cozies. Oh, Melissa, if you just make me a note of what they are, I can get that. I know them. My system has it in there. One of the nice things Ravelry does as a shop account, when I sell a pattern to you through Ravelry and we put your email and your Ravelry ID in there, it saves it for the most part. So all I need in the future is just your name most of the time. Jackie just started it, can't do anything except pay attention. Yeah, it seems like it would be a fairly intuitive lace, but because of these little strips here that are, now that I look at it, almost like little raglan increases. It's designed with different types of increases, different types of decreases. Once you get to the body of it though, it's smooth sailing. That didn't take me very long at all. And this yarn is just, it feels like a softer version of the bamboo pop. For those of you that have used bamboo pop, which is a bamboo and cotton blend, it's more of a DK weight. But this is modal, 95% modal, 5% cashmere. It is machine washable and dryable. I'm going to make a pretty decent sized swatch with what's left, or I don't know, I might make a little something else to go with it. Throw it in the washer and dryer and see how it reacts. But I've been getting, every time I get an order from them, I try and get new colors. Well, hi, Bev. Better late than never. And you can always go back and watch the replay. So look at these vibrant, gorgeous colors. I showed this orange last week, Dreamsicle, that I want to use for the other little baby girl dress. But there's a white pith. There is this frayed denim. This is the yarn that Joyce is making a top for herself out of, that it looks lovely. She said it blocked well. It did relax a little bit when she blocked it. This is what I'm using. They call it almond. I don't know how this is almond. When I think almond, I think white. This is very not white. It's silver. The coral, yes. This, they call it pamplemousse, which I had to Google when I was looking at LaCroix boxes of the boxes of LaCroix water at the store. One of their flavors is pamplemousse, and I was like, and I'm probably not even saying it right, but it's grapefruit as far as I can tell. But it's definitely a beautiful, beautiful coral color. And that shine, look at that. Joyce did say the shine stays on the yarn after you block it too. Sometimes with like a silk, it can dull down a little bit until it's kind of worked a little bit more. This limoncello yellow, key lime. It's a little bit Well, on Facebook, it looks brighter. On YouTube, it looks a little more dull. I'm not sure. Oh, Diane, I know. Golden sand. So comparatively, this is more of like a golden yellow versus the bright yellow, but different from the natural. I kind of like the lighting in this corner with at least with my ring light and everything, it makes things look pretty accurate. Two more colors. Citrus leaf. This is what, I believe this is what Joyce is using for her top. And, oh, I lied. Now there are two more colors. One jumped off the chair. This deep purple, well, blueberry scone is what this one's called. And they're solids. They're not hand dyed, so you're not going to get any variation in them. And brambleberry. So kind of a light purple and a dark purple. I need to make something, a tea. Yes, a tea would be beautiful with this. I will make myself a note to come up with a couple patterns that will be really good. Citrus leaf in the top, yes. Bonnie, it's a fingering weight yarn. Oh, Mama says Aunt Jackie's on here. Hi, Aunt Jackie. It is, so yardage wise, it's a little bit on the low side. Typically, we see a fingering weight around 400, 420 yards per 100 grams. This is what did I say? 361. And that's just because it doesn't have that stretch, the elasticity. It's a completely different wool-free yarn. Holly, I know. I want to make all the things, you guys. However, I have started kind of branching out a little bit and asking others to help me out with some shop samples. One of whom is Christina. The yarn is Magnolia. Oh, it's so bright. There we go. Magnolia. I asked Christina to make a crochet little baby sweater jacket, I guess, out of these two. So the silver that I used and this really pretty citrus leaf green. And I haven't put buttons on it yet, but look at this cute little sweater. The back is supposed to be higher. It's like a high-low neckline on it. Crocheted, you start at one sleeve and I think, nope, I lied. Nope, maybe I didn't. This is why I get in trouble when I'm not the one that made the samples. I don't quite know all of the details. I was trying to think because she was at my house when she was working on it. So you start at one sleeve, it's done flat and then seamed. So there's a little seam along the bottom. You start at one sleeve, work your way across. This part you're crocheting really long and it's hard to show because it's joined. But this is the front. This is the back. So it's supposed to have little buttons that go up the back. I didn't get that far, you guys. I sewed these buttons on here about an hour before I got on the live. But I wonder how this would look. Let's see. Well, it covers up a lot of the pretty lace, but if your baby's arms are cold, look at that. It's sweet. But this, I think you could easily enough modify the neckline so it's not higher and make it kind of a reversible front back. This is called something baby jacket. I don't remember. I sent Melissa what it was, but I don't remember. It is really cute. And it's all, let me look, single crochets and double crochets. And chains. You got a chain on to add some stitches, but totally doable for, you don't have to have a lot of crochet experience to be able to do this. So, oh my gosh, you guys, that was like a half an hour just about talking about knitwear either in progress or done. I just can't get over this little, so cute. I am tempted. I am having breakfast with, oh my word. These lights never turn off this frequently. Also, it turns out that if I throw yarn in that direction, it doesn't work. I have to actually go down there. What was I saying? Oh, tomorrow I'm having breakfast with my friend Jessica, who just had a baby. I think she said it's been, I want to say 11 weeks, but I can't remember. But I may take this with me and see if she'll put it on her little one, see if she's cooperative. And let me take a picture because I think it would be adorable. Okay, so that's what I'm working on. Oh, so yarn cozies. This yarn, the one thing about this yarn is it's kind of a difficult mix of silk and linen in terms of winding it on the ball winder. I think if you were hand winding it into a ball, it would be perfectly fine. But because it doesn't have that stretch, when we put it on the ball winder, there's nothing to kind of give it that built-in tension. So when we wind like a pure linen or flax yarn, it's the same sort of thing where if you stop, it all just kind of goes bleh and falls. Karen had to take pity on me when I was winding that and take over so I didn't so I would stop pouting basically. But once she was done, she brilliantly stuck it in one of her little yarn cozies. So these little guys, we sell them, they come in packs of 3. I get them from a company called Buffy Ann Designs. They're $15 for a set of 3, and I just have assorted prints. I never know what I'm going to get. I can ask my Notions rep to, Fuzzy's flying around, to give me something different than I have, but I have a lot of different ones. So I have the navy with the stars. I have this white with, I don't know if you can see the hearts have wings. Look how cute they are. I'm trying to tilt it so it's a little bit less shiny. There's a little aqua with pandas. Purple with daisies. And I don't think I mentioned this time. I try to remember to. If there's anything that you see that you want us to set aside for you or ship to you, go ahead, put it in the comments, tell us what you want, how many, what color, if that's applicable, and whether you want us to ship it to you or pick it up in the store, and we will accommodate. So I had the purple flowers, purple with white and yellow flowers. And I have yellow with pink and white flowers. So cute. Panda. And then there's, so I have 2 different white with hearts. I have white with red heart, and then I have white with pink hearts. Again, you get a set of 3. They are $15, and we try to have those here in the shop a good majority of the time because they are very handy. Leslie, okay, got it. I talked last week about how I got more of the ridiculous, she calls the color Enchantment. It was the custom color that she did for us for 2022. We got, and if you saw my post last week, during the week, we got our shipment from Dreaming Color a day or 2 later. So here are 3 skeins, just to give you an idea of the variation. We got a lot. I have as with the other ones, any who pre-ordered or requested them set aside. I pulled those first, but we do still have some out on the floor. So this color is called Castle Museum. This makes me so happy when you can see, maybe, why would it show it? There we go. Can you guys see that? It says Castle Museum dyed exclusively for the little yarn shop. Kind of makes me feel like a big deal. So why am I holding 3 skeins? 3 skeins will get you a 3X version, which is what this is, of the Easy Eyelet Yoke cardigan. Look at that. And obviously there's going to be some variation. It shows up more on camera than in real life. If the variance between the skeins bothers you, you can always alternate. Holly, I don't know. Holly's asking if any customers from the shop won the big prizes from the yarn crawl. And when were they doing the drawing? Was that yesterday? I feel like I should have gotten an email with something about it, but I will have to check into that. So 3 skeins of fingering weight yarn, Easy Eyelet Yoke Light sweater. And this took 2.5. The 23rd, 22nd. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to look at that. 2.5 skeins. So 3 skeins would get you longer sleeves if you wanted longer sleeves, longer length if you wanted that. And it's smushy with cashmere. So really, you can't go wrong with that. The skeins are 4 ounces, 400 yards, fingering weight, 70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 10% nylon. So I have those in here. Now I gotta find my note and figure out what it was I was gonna talk to you guys about today. Upcoming classes. It's a week of the 10th, 27th. Hi, Jill. Holly, I'll look into that and find out what's going on. It's possible a piece of you did something on their website, but I'm not sure. Upcoming classes and events. So I mentioned Labor Day. I will not be doing a live, which is a week from Monday. The shop is open Wednesday through Saturday this week. Karen is shop sitting for me on Friday. I mentioned that too, but for those of you that weren't on, as a reminder, you can always go back and watch the replay of the show on, well, you can watch it on YouTube or you can watch it on Facebook since I'm live on both, which is pretty cool. In case we need to celebrate anyone. I agree. Oh, believe me, I'll shout it from the rooftops if I know some of the people that won stuff. Nicole just scheduled a crochet class, another beginner's crochet class. We're keeping the classes small because it is a bit of a it's a bit of a trick to learn a new skill. And so we really want to keep it small to make sure that you get the attention that you need. So they start September 10th. We're trying to do more Saturday classes because it seems that's what's a little bit easier for people if they can't do a weeknight. Or my instructors can't do day classes all the time. So September 10th, 17th, whatever that next one would be, 24th, and then the following Saturday. What an aqua or peach look. Shop exclusives machine cashmere. An aqua would, Diane. I don't know if a peach would look very good. Like, I guess it could be a good contrast. I don't know. We're gonna have to play with colors a little bit. So the class is a 4-week class, and we've had little hiccups in regards to classes before. I try to be pretty specific, like the crochet class, it's a granny square. You learn how to crochet a granny square. It's a 4-week class. It's not like you can pick one of the 4 weeks to come to. It's 4 consecutive weeks that you progress each time. Ooh, wow. Look at Melissa putting stuff on here. Let's see. East West winner, Linda Scott, North South winner, Joe Fitzgerald, 7 shop winner, Cecilia McClure, grand prize, Kelly Van Zale. Some of the names sound familiar. They're not our regulars. That would be like on the Facebook Live. Drawn on August 16th. Okay. Well, I will have a few things. Don't forget September. I haven't talked about that today. For those of you that did yarn crawl, don't forget that you can bring in your passport or your tote bag to any of the shops or all of the shops that participated with the yarn crawl and get $5 off a $25 or more purchase, one-time use in each store, but you can use it in all the stores, even if you weren't able to get there during the yarn crawl. So that goes the entire month of September. I will be doing drawings and I will have a couple little goodies to give away to people too. I might have some pins left. We'll see. So that's coming up. Joyce is teaching a class on continental knitting. So this is a 3-week class, starts on September 10th also. It goes for, well, now that doesn't sound right to me. I think it is. It's a 3-week class. They are listed on the Yarn Shops website. There's a classes and events tab, and on there you'll see a calendar with anything that we've got coming up. I don't want to say the wrong info. Also, there have been some marketplace wide events that have done really, really well this year. We've gotten a lot of people in this past Sunday. Holly, thank you. 10th, 17th, and 24th. And those are in the morning. Nicole's crochet class is in the afternoon on the same days, except hers is 1 week longer. This past Sunday, they had what they call the Rides on Riverfront event here outside. They did like a classic and not so classic car show. They had some pop-up vendors. Linda, I agree. Congratulations to all of the winners. Maybe they are people that watch and they just, they just are more the silent ones, not the not the chatty ones like some of us. The next event that I know of is October 29th, noon to 4, it's a Saturday, October 29th, and we are doing a kids trick or treat event, and it's a joint event with Westland Guidance Clinic outside. So Westland Guidance Clinic is located here in the building. They're down in the basement. They do a big Halloween event every year. So they will be set up outside where the farmers market normally is. We will be inside. Last year we got, I don't know, a lot of kids that came through. I've started buying Halloween candy every time I'm at the store. I've been just grabbing a bag. If I was smart, I would get the kind of candy I don't like, so I wouldn't be so tempted to keep the leftovers or eat throughout the day that day. But of course, Victoria's with me and she wants the good candy. She doesn't want the stuff that nobody else wants. So I end up getting the good stuff. So that's October 29th. If you have little ones, kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, kids of friends that you have kind of unofficially adopted, bring them out to the marketplace. It's a really great time. It's a fun atmosphere. Hopefully we have there's a woman that does the cotton candy art. Hopefully she will be back for that. And then in November, the Makers Market is back. I didn't write down the dates of that, but twice a year upstairs on the second floor in the ballroom, which is a beautiful, beautiful space. They have a Makers Market. It is a, I don't want to say vetted, what's the word I want? Juried, maybe, event. I never quite know what the words are. Thanks, Mom. This is what happens when you don't want to wash your hair. It requires an application, and so it's, I hesitate to call it a craft show because there are really, really cool things. I love being able to go up there and get just unique gift items. I not only buy for Christmas, but I buy for birthdays, anything that I see that reminds me of somebody, whether it's a Christmas gift or not, that I love picking things up there. The last one they had, I probably bought more for myself than I did for anybody else. Because there were a few different vendors that did the really sparkly stainless steel tumblers. Holidays in the Heart of the City, Makers Market, Friday and Saturday, November 18th and 19th. Well, there we go. So what else? The last thing, we really, I mean, I mentioned the wall, but we didn't really talk about it. So this is my worsted weight wall. This is not the fingering weight wall. So in the past, this whole section has been worsted, most of the wall, and then down at the end was a little bit of DK. I pulled all of the worsted down and did a very similar thing to what I have on the fingering weight wall, where it's more oriented by color, clearly, than it is by type of yarn. I really found when I redid the fingering weight wall that way, it's introducing people to different dyers that they hadn't seen before. It's a little bit easier to play with color. I did the same with the DK weight yarn. We have to be a little bit more careful with that because DK seems very subjective. So we want to make sure that if you're using different kinds, that we get things that work well together. But when I opened my huge boxes from Barocco, some of which was vintage, which is up here, 2 rows of vintage in worsted, and on the window side, which you guys can't see, maybe I'll be that way next week. I got all of the ultra alpaca tucked away. Karen and I rearranged all kinds of stuff. I moved where the super bulky yarns are. You're just gonna have to come and see all the different things I did in here. I did get some good feedback that just kind of doing a walkthrough within the shop and then within the market was beneficial. So maybe I'll try and do that when I actually have my earbuds in and there's some activity going on, but it's not too crazy. For those of you who can't make it down here or haven't been down here in a while. What else? The only other things I have on my list are talking about local businesses, things we've been doing. Today was Victoria's first day of school, first day of junior year. She's junior. I really wasn't sure if we were, since she's little, I've tried to take her to breakfast every first day of school. We had a little bit of a hiccup one year when I asked her where she wanted to go and she said Tim Hortons, but what she really meant was Bob Evans because she wanted pancakes. But she's learned over the years. So this morning we headed out to Creation Coffee. We each got coffees and she got a blueberry bagel. I think I was talking about the blueberry bagels last week. They're so good. They make their bagels there. I just got a little breakfast sandwich and, well, I didn't get coffee. Actually, I got tea. I'm turning into a tea drinker. Julie, I am not sure. Rebecca's last day is this Wednesday. For those of you who don't know that yet, Rebecca's bakery, Rebecca from Rebecca's bakery is retiring. So this coming Wednesday is her last day here in the shop. what she has in stock is all that she has. She flash freezes everything, so everything does stay fresh. She set up to 3 months. You can keep it in the freezer. So if you need holiday pies, make room in the freezer and come in and get stuff from her on Wednesday. I don't know what the plan is for that space. I ask all the time about spaces and I get kept in the dark. Hopefully something good. I know Rachel, who is the marketplace manager, really is trying to get a coffee shop in here. We would love it. It's not the easiest thing though. It's not the ideal place for coffee shops because they like first thing in the morning traffic. Holly, it was going to be Saturday, but Saturday the market was pretty quiet. I think everybody was prepping for back to school or enjoying the beautiful weather. So she will be here Wednesday and whatever's left will be sold. So we went to Creation Coffee this morning in Saginaw. Yesterday, I posted pictures of Victoria and me at Northern Espresso, which you guys, if you're espresso drinkers, it's kind of a pet peeve to hear somebody call it espresso with an X. And it just, I find it kind of funny that a coffee shop would want to encourage people calling it espresso and not espresso, but I don't know. Maybe Northern Espresso was taken, but it's a cute shop. We've been going up to our campsite in Gladwin for a couple years, and for the longest time, they weren't open on Sundays, so we would have to go to Harrison or Claire or somewhere else. And I just happened to notice, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, espresso may be rapidly made, maybe. not just espresso, but express. Maybe that would make sense, Julie. Holly, I wish you could get back into selling your cookies and sell them here. They are delicious. So we got breakfast there. Then we stopped in to Vasher's Market, and she and I both really had to resist buying all the mums. They had just, these huge, beautiful mums. The man, oh man, one moment. I guess what's going to happen is either I need to talk Victoria into coming with me so she's at the other end of the store making some movement, or I know we did talk about the whole balloon thing. I should do that. I forget about it until I'm here and the lights are going off and it's a problem. So the farmer's market outside here generally does a mum sale, and I think it's about that time. They have now stopped their Monday markets. So the outdoor farmers market is Wednesday and Friday, 10 to 3, and Saturday, 10 to 1 through, I think they go through the end of October, but I could be very wrong. It's a completely different entity from us, so I'm not sure. And what we did get. If you haven't looked at the pictures I posted from yesterday from us going to the store, I think I posted the one of her with a giant head of cabbage. If you haven't seen it, go back and look at it. Literally, the cabbage was bigger than her head. She looked like, I don't know, all I could think was Jack Skellington. Then this week, a lot of you who live in Saginaw Township, especially out towards like Thomas Township, which obviously is not Saginaw Township, Shields, that area. I've heard so many people over the years talk about Cody's Landing. And I think maybe once when we were still out on Gratiot, I got takeout from them. That was a few years ago. But I have never actually been in there. Well, I met a friend for dinner and drinks there last Wednesday. And, oh, good, I did post it, Diane. So we went to Cody's last Wednesday and had some appetizers. I am a sucker for those deep fried green beans. Wherever we go, if they have them, that's what I'm gonna get, because I can tell myself it's good for me because it's green beans and I'm dipping them in ranch, which is dairy. Um, if you come in on Wednesday, one of the things you should get from Rebecca is her almond butter no bake cookies. I tell people all the time, I can very easily say that that's breakfast because it's oatmeal and it's almond butter and it's cocoa, which is good for you. So I don't understand how could it not be breakfast and not be good for me. But I digress. I will be missing those a lot and probably need to get some from her on Wednesday because I keep forgetting. So we went to Cody's Landing on Wednesday, and then my hubby and I ended up out on a date night driving around over the weekend. Well, must have been Friday night. Great breakfast. Huh, I didn't know they had breakfast. We'll have to check that out. Hubby and I ended up back there Friday night. The weather was beautiful. We sat out on the patio just as the sun was going down. I had a Key West Cobb salad with salmon. Their salmon's really good. It's a nice meaty piece of salmon. And you can't go wrong with a Cobb salad. The Key West portion was that it had some feta cheese, cilantro, lime. I don't remember what else. It was really good and it was huge. There was so much left over. I had some for lunch and then some as my, call it my pre-dinner. Is that what supper would be? Since hopefully dinner will be happening when I get home. But local places, breakfast Saturday and Sunday after 9 a.m. Oh, there we go. Maybe Victoria and I need to go there one Sunday. That might happen once we're not at the campground anymore. I, as always, encourage you to go to local places as much as possible. I know prices are going up on everything and you notice it more when you're going to a sit-down restaurant, but it is what it is. Farmers market will be open the last day on October 29th. So I was right on that. Food costs are going up. So when you are in restaurants, even here in the marketplace with the vendors here, know that they're not just trying to jack their prices up to make more profit. There's not a lot of profit to be made in small businesses like theirs, and they need all the support they can get. So make sure you are shopping local. When you shop with us, you're definitely shopping local and we appreciate that, but other places too. And I think that might be it for this week, guys. Maybe next week. Nope. Next week I won't be here because it's Labor Day, but I will go on in the next day or so and put all of the dates for the events for Monday lives throughout September. I haven't said it in a couple weeks, but once you see those events on there, it helps us be more visible to more people. If you can say that you're either interested or going to the event, one, that shows it to Facebook, then decides it's going to show it to more people, but also it will then give you a reminder on Monday afternoons or Monday evenings that you should pop on and look for me. Their prices are going up too. Yep, exactly, Diane. Everything's going up. Oh, well, we're gonna have to figure that one out, Julie. Okay, I hope everybody has a good week. I hope you're inspired to do something new, or maybe you go back through your stuff and look at projects you haven't finished. If they've been sitting for a while, it's okay to rip them out. It's okay to donate them to somebody, or if you don't love it anymore, you don't love it anymore. It's okay. It's also okay just to start a whole bunch of new things. That's what I love to do. All right. I hope everybody has a good week and a safe and relaxing Labor Day. Take some time off and keep knitting. I hope to see you though. I'm here Wednesday, Thursday. Everybody else is here Wednesday through Saturday. including Karen. Deb will be here Saturday too. So, keep knitting, crocheting, spinning, playing with all the fibery things. And I will see all of you